for about close to 10 years now, doing marketing for different campaigns, different brands, and even working with non-profit organizations. So I decided to put together some of the ideas in marketing that I feel are the basics, and obviously we can always add on to them. Pardon me in advance, I will kill you with PowerPoint, but we'll try to make it interesting. So first things first, so let me just share my screen so that we are all on the same page. Share. Sorry. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen, ladies? Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can see it and I can hear you.
Okay, great, great. Okay, so we'll just use sign language. Okay, so this is marketing 101, the basics of it all. So the first thing to do is define your product in your business, whether you're selling mandazi, whether you're sewing clothes, whether you're offering interior design business, whether you're offering logistics business. So decide what it is, what goods and services you're offering. Define what is the golden egg, because in every business, there's that one thing that is on offer, and then there's other small things that tend to crop up around it. So you decide whether you'll also incorporate those, and then you keep going in terms of your array of products. Also define what your product does for your customers or for your intended customers. How will their lives be changed by your product? What experience do you expect them to get? So when you have that in mind, it also makes it easy to know what it is you wake up to do in the morning, or what it is you're planning for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, a lifetime to come. The other thing you need to do is also figure out your pricing, so that whether you're checking out the market or you're using your own metrics to figure out, how am I pricing my thing? Am I pricing, for example, this watch based on how much it costs me to manufacture it, or am I just pricing it same way as Rolex prices without really knowing what went into it? So you also have to ask those questions. Decide if you're giving discounts, when you're giving discounts, and for how long can discounts be given. Decide if people can pay by either it's cash or check or M-Pesa, or even hire purchase or paying by deposit and then clearing within a given amount of time. So those are all things to think about in terms of pricing. In cases of real estate, I've seen a situation where I went to check out some land, and they told me if you have cash, you're paying X amount. If you're paying over time, then the amount goes a bit higher. So that's something to think about.
I have a question. I have a question before you proceed on discounts. Is it always a good idea to come up with the discounts that you want to have earlier on? Or do you go as people request?
First of all, so two things. One, it's good to have an idea of how much can I discount it. Obviously, it's based on the cost of production, so that you're not eating so much to yourself. Discounts are good for attracting people, but in my experience, I've given discounts and burnt my fingers when trying to attract many people. Sometimes it's not worth it. So decide, do you even have a discount in the first place, yes or no? And then if you do, then what are the options? And then sometimes you can decide to follow what the trend is, the trend in the market, and especially in your field, which is not a bad thing. So let's say Easter offers, December offers, all those things. Discounts are subjective, but please, you as much as you're existing to serve customers, don't run into a loss trying to grab more.
So that means when you're setting your price, you need to have a small margin that you can give a discount with.
Yes.
Okay.
You can say, for example, it costs me 15 bob to make a mahamri.
All right.
And I want to sell my mahamri at 50 bob, for example.
All right.
So between 15 bob and 50 bob, you can decide that's your playing area, but you still have to make a profit.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Abi, okay so far? Okay, Abby hasn't answered. I hope she's okay. Right.
Can you hear me?
No, I didn't hear you. I was asking if you're okay.
Yeah, no, I was just making a comment. Like for example, myself,
Yes.
I sell bridal shoes.
Yes. Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yes, and the transport is already included in the price. Hello?
I'm listening.
Hello?
I'm listening. You're telling me about the bridal shoes and the transport?
Yes, so the transportation is included. So what happens is when a bride wants a discount, I tell them to to collect the shoes themselves, and then I knock off the transportation cost, so it's like a discount for them.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. It still works because at the end of the day, all these things are perception.
I don't know. You guys are breaking. Is it my internet or what?
Because you're clear to me. I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you. You're clear to me.
You're also clear to me.
Sorry?
We can hear you, Abby.
I suggest you go ahead, Violet.
Okay, sawa. So the other thing we want to talk about is placement. So you have to decide the ideal location for your product to be positioned, including a physical location, a virtual location, so offline and online. You have to figure out who your target market is and where they can be found, or target audience. And then also just be visible enough, because there are many times that you have accidental purchases by people who didn't even know about your business because of how visible you are. So those are efforts that have to be made in terms of placement. I hope we're clear so far. And then now promotion, which is now, oh my God, the big deal. You have to decide which channels will be used to promote your products, whether it's online channels, whether it's offline channels. Are you making flyers for distribution? Are you doing billboards? Are you doing posters in the estate or in the malls, different places? Are you going to advertise your stuff in traffic? Like this morning in traffic, I got flyers. People are selling loans. Those one-day loans with your car logbook. Are you going to promote your things in the supermarket? Because you've seen, sometimes you're pushing your trolley and then there's a sales girl selling something to you. Try this, taste this, like whether it's a lotion, try it on your hand, or here's a butter, taste it, whatever. So those are things that you need to think about in terms of promotion. And then also the messages that go with the promotion. Are they catchy enough? Are they words that will stick in a customer's mind? You have to find ways to encourage people to buy from you or buy the product or try it out at the very least. So that's it about promotion. As you go ahead, there are things you need to note. I'm so sorry, I need to fix this slide. It is too tiny in terms of the font, and I don't want my ladies struggling. I'm so sorry, guys. Excuse me just a little bit while I make this larger. I think that's better. Yeah. So things to note. So you figured out your place, your promotion, your price, and even your product. So now what next? So there are 10 things that I feel need to be noted. Content marketing. Now, I'm sure it's a dreadful word, content marketing. What does that even mean? So one thing you need to figure out is this is what we use to build an audience. And you have to establish yourself as an authority in your area. It doesn't matter that you just started your business last year. You still have to talk as if you've been there for 10 years. And that's the thing about marketing. You have to have that voice, like me, I've been here since 1889. My friend, you started last year. But the way you're talking, as in that's what builds that confidence in you and your product. And people feel, okay, that one is an authority. And it also helps you to drive sales, because there's that thing that we found in the Bible. When you open your mouth, you get fed. So when you open your mouth and you're always putting content out there about your business, then it drives sales. So that's a very important thing, because at the end of the day, I mean, what are you in business for if you're not making the sales that will sustain the venture? Next thing, no, don't worry, guys. All this information is coming to you. I'll share it. Next thing you need to note is email marketing. Please, your databases have to be updated every now and then. Some people are very keen, they update their databases every week. So it's Fridays when they're updating their databases. Monday, they're shooting out things. So, you know, because you have to drive that conversation. Any email address that you have of anyone who's come across your business is a potential client, is a potential bringer of other clients. So we have to have great emails that are sent out with tools like MailChimp. It's easier to just do a quick email. Like the ones you do, Melody, you're so good with email marketing.
Oh,
by the way.
I did. I was actually, Violet, I was actually going to ask.
Now you know.
I was actually going to ask you what email marketing is. I didn't know I was doing it.
Yes.
Okay, so it's simply acquiring. Is it simply acquiring emails from people and then sending out regular content, whether it's communication, yes, to do with your business, whether it is just encouraging them to remember that you have something on sale or a new thing, something like that?
Yes,
Can I ask a question concerning that? How regularly should somebody send out email? Because you also don't want to overload your audience with the email. I find I get put off by people who keep sending emails promoting their stuff. So what's a good range of time?
Discussion is around 21 days. Because if you put every week, it's too much.
Too much.
Someone will block you or mute you.
Yes,
or
precisely.
If you do it every month, you might be forgotten, because you know, every month I'm getting my bank statement, every month I'm getting my insurance email, every month I'm getting, you know, there's all these things that come every month.
Okay.
So people are saying now, this is just stories on the ground. Like 3 weeks is a good place.
Okay.
Because 21 days, it's short enough and long enough, so there's no chance for irritation as such.
Okay, I understand. Thank you. That has answered my question.
Yeah, but again, it's subjective also. I guess it also depends on your sector. But for me, I kind of agree with that 21-day rule. Yeah. If I see it every week, I'm like, ugh. Every month, I'm like, yeah, I may just not even focus on it, because I'm thinking, hey, I need to pay this, then like that. So you don't want to get lost in people's data. Yeah.
And then I have a question.
Yes, Abby?
When you're doing like email follow-ups, like what period should you be, like after how many days should you do it?
Oh,
like after the first email? Yeah.
Oh my goodness, 4 hours. Ukichelewa sana 48 hours.
So like if I communicate with a client the first email, and then the next one should be in 48 hours.
Okay, so this is let me use a scenario. So I've come to Abby, like, hey Abby, I'd like to inquire about bridal services, or catering services, whatever. So that email has landed in your inbox. So you, the business person, the longest it should take, and it feels like centuries, the longest is 2 days. The longest.
No, I'm talking after. Now you've already replied to that message.
Oh,
the first. Yes.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, fine. Yeah, you can also give them another 2 days as a follow-up, because the idea is that you should never be the unresponsive one. Your client has the liberty to even reply after a month, whatever. But you, as a person who runs a business, can never not reply. Like, you have to be the one who is always attention, you know, like that. But then follow-up emails, because they have a tendency to, maybe your client, maybe you give them a figure, and then they felt, oh, maybe that's too high or something. They're not making a decision, or maybe they're still shopping around. So because you don't want to look like you're put, so you give them like a 2-day, and also just let them know, hey, I'm just following up. If I don't hear from you, I'll follow up again maybe in 3 days. So also indicating that you follow up email when next they should expect to hear from you, you know, like that. So, but of course now also with follow-ups, you don't do more than 3. Because usually a client knows what they want, and they always know if they want to go with you at that time or not. And some people, maybe they are interested in the thing on Monday, and then things happen, they're not interested anymore, or they're not able to take it up. So you also don't want to be that pesky person. So I know I've been called persistent, but I know the word persistent is not a positive for marketers and people in sales. You're a sumbua.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been called persistent many times, and it's not a compliment. It's a compliment from my boss, but not a compliment from a client.
Okay.
Yeah. Are we together? Okay. Oh, and also one more thing, when you're following up, also feel free to attach your business flyer at the bottom of the email, or something that has, for more services, they can click here and go to your website. So it's a way of also just introducing them to more things that you do, or here's our Facebook page and our Twitter and all those things. So then it's not just yours, Abby. No. There's more to that email. That if someone clicks on those 2 links over there, they're able to go to your Instagram, your Facebook, your website, whatever it is you want them to see. I'm sure you have received emails that have a banner at the bottom. Yeah, so that kind of thing. So I didn't put that there, but just put that in mind.
So can I, on that, Violet, it's simply, is it like what you call a signature?
Yes.
At the end of your emails, yeah, I think you can actually put all your details, isn't it?
Yes, you can.
So every email that goes out has all your details.
Yes, always.
Okay.
So your email is pre-designed in that way.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. It's a simple thing to do on email. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So the other thing also to consider is social media marketing. Social media can be daunting for a lot of people because not all of us are adept, not all of us have the time or even the knowledge how to maneuver. It's a whole territory altogether, but it shouldn't be scary at all. Having a Facebook page now is like, how to put it, you know, you meet people and someone tells you they're not on Facebook, you wonder if they are real, you know? I've sent job applications and some of them tell me, oh, attach your social links, you know, they want to see who you are outside your CV and things like that. That tells you there's a lot of activity there, and social media cannot be ignored, you know. It's a tool that can be used for good and for bad as well. It is amoral. So we use this tool now to grow our businesses and take them to heights that we want them to take them to. Organic reach basically means where people come to know about you on their own. You don't have to advertise to them. But as much as we want to advertise, to be putting out organic things, it tends to be slow. But some people say slow but sure. Other people, they want to sponsor posts that then they are seen in as many places as possible. You also have to just decide what works for your business. I mean, people are now doing TikTok. I don't have a TikTok. People are doing something called Reels, Sweets on Saturday. And I was like, ini sasa. So I actually felt like I'm so old, like I'm so behind, but this is what is happening. But with the Reels, it's good for fashion business. So someone stands in a mirror and then you kind of see them changing clothes. So basically they're just advertising what is in their store. So I feel like that works. So you have to decide what works well for your business. Not everything will work for your business. And you might not, if you're a sole entrepreneur, you might not have the time to be on all these channels. So in time when the business grows, you can hire a social media manager and tell them, make me visible. That's it. So for now, you go with what works for you. Yeah.
Can I ask a question on social media marketing? Is it a good idea just to start with just the free, you know, when you set up your Instagram account or your Twitter and your Facebook, is it a good idea to start the paid plans or just start organically? I mean, is there a benefit in paying for the adverts to get a wider reach?
Yeah, I feel there's a benefit in, okay, so you just started Melody's Place and you have like 10 followers, 20 followers, and you're not feeling like you're getting there, you know, in terms of marketing on social media. It is okay to spend money to advertise. So you put out a post of what it is that you do. You go to Facebook, they have budgets. A budget for $1, a budget for $5, a budget for $10, and they tell you with this $1, this is how many people you can reach, and for this duration. So you choose your budget accordingly, and then the goodness with Facebook, it cross-pollinates to Instagram. So if you put out a Facebook advert, be sure we will see it on Instagram some way, somehow, because now Facebook owns Instagram. So it's advantageous. I feel for me, now how social media is structured, there's little room for organic growth. I mean, organic growth is what I can say I experienced in my business back in 2011. Because people are like, hey, we know people are coming. But now so many things have happened between 2011 and 2020 that honestly you have to put in a coin to be visible. So there's nothing wrong about that. But so long as you're not selling gimmicks, you're not trying to scam anyone, you just want visibility. And so that when I am looking for, say, curtains or interior decor, there's, you know, I'm seeing Melody's Place amongst all the other brands that come up. Does that make sense? When I'm looking for bridal, when I'm looking for anything, weddings, I want to see, you know, Abby's business amongst all the others that do come up. And then what happens actually, when you put $1 in advertising, so how it's engineered, socially engineered, is that anyone who has ever searched for anything to do with interiors and they're in Nairobi or they're in Kenya, Melody's Place comes up. So it is advantageous to do that. And you might not get the followers, but you might get the inquiries. And for me, I think inquiries are a big idea because you're trying to you're trying to make money out of your business at any one time. Yeah. Any other questions?
Thanks, got it. No, not for now.
I'm enjoying this class. I am enjoying this class. So, so that's social media marketing. That's the third thing. Then the fourth thing, this is slightly different, but still works almost the same way. This is online video marketing. Fact, 400 hours of videos get uploaded to YouTube. Imagine that, 400 hours every minute. So Violet has done a video on this, uploaded. And then think of all those people, every hour there's a video. Can be a 1 minute video, can be a 10-minute video, can be a half an hour video, whatever. Even think of your favorite churches online, you know, all of them, everyone is uploading something, a devotion, a tutorial, whatever. So this is a place that you can think of doing, you know. And then YouTube is so big, that's all we ever think about. But then there's other channels like Vimeo, like Vista. I've not tried Vista, but I've tried Vimeo before. And then there used to be Vines, but Vines was taken. I don't know what happened to Vines. The business just died. So, and then the goodness is also, you don't have to record a video on YouTube. You can even record a video on your Instagram and record a video on your Facebook, on your Twitter, and then it can still be shared on all these platforms. So whatever it is that you want to do, whether it's I don't know, how to combine colors or whatever it is that you feel you need to teach people, because when people feel like, oh, this one is not just selling to us, she's also sharing information with us. So it endears people towards you. And such videos, actually, Melody, you can actually attach your advertising dollar to them so that they reach as many people as possible. Yes. Same for you, Abby.
What?
Then there's other things.
What do you mean by advertising dollar?
Like, okay, let me use Kenya shillings. Like with every advert costs money, and then these companies, they're American, they charge you in dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they tell you $1, $10, whatever it is. So, the other thing, sorry, just before I move on.
I still, sorry, I didn't understand that. When you say you can attach, I mean, is there a way to pay for the advert for YouTube, or what are you saying?
Oh no, this is where I said you can make a video to attach on YouTube. But if YouTube is stressing you, you can still make a video on your Instagram or your Facebook or your Twitter and still promote it.
Yeah.
Like, so you don't have to feel the pressure to go and get a cameraman,
no.
edit. And
yeah, that I understand. I understand. It's the money aspect of it that I didn't understand.
So what I'm saying is that when you do make a video, you can decide to, instead of just posting it naked, you can post it as an advertisement. You can promote the post. Yeah.
I get you. Thank you. Now time is running out. Can we go out and come back in?
Yeah, can we do one more slide before time runs out?
Yeah, we have 10 minutes. Fine.
Good. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So the other thing is also, we call it advertising and pay-per-click. I'm sure when you go on your YouTube or you go on your Google, you always see an advert up there. Like even now, if you go, just open an screen, just whatever it is you're searching, you'll see an advert up there. So those ones they're called PPCs. So the adverts put up there and then they're pay-per-click. So that's something that you can also decide to do, advertise, and then people can click on your website or your product or whatever it is. So it's also very helpful because it pushes your product into several, because what you're looking for is eyeballs. Marketing is about eyeballs. So now you're able to grab more eyeballs. So when you're searching, like for me, I'm always searching weight loss. I'm always seeing there, Healthy You is advertising. So I know Healthy You is selling maybe multivitamins or something, or I see a gym, gyms are now open, things like that. So that's what advertising and pay-per-click are about. And the other thing that we can check out is called, I'm sure you have heard the word SEO so many times, search engine optimization. What happens with SEO, we structure your website and pick out keywords so that if it's in the interior industry, anybody who's searching anything to do with interior, deco, design, whatever, your website is always coming up. And what you want with a perfect SEO is that your page is on the first, when you go on Google, you see page 1, then you start going 2, 3, 4, 5. So you want your page to be page 1. That's perfect SEO. And then this is always being redone. So if you did your SEO in January, you might find that in December your page is page 10. So you have to keep on redoing it. You're always modifying yourself to stay fresh, so that anybody searches to anything to do with interior deco and design, they're always seeing you're in the top 5 options. So that's really important. Anything to do with bridal, for you, Zawadi, as well, same things. For you, Abby, same thing. We can go out in a second. We can touch on public relations. This is a big deal, but at the same time, as much as it's a big deal, it's also important. PR can be managed. Can we go out and then come back?
Okay.
Hi.
Hi again. It was giving me a problem.
It's okay.
Yeah, but it's okay now. In fact, it had frozen. I was like, why? If it maxes out, we'll have to come in with a different link, but it's okay now.
And there was prospering.
I can see you're a good teacher. You look like you love to teach, Violet.
Maybe I should go back to school and find a way to teach people.
Yeah, you're actually very good at this. I love the way you've put your PowerPoint. You've definitely put in a lot of work. I wasn't expecting such deep. Honestly, thank you so much. I'm definitely.
Thank you for the compliment.
And I'm recording all this so that I can go back over it slowly. Yes.
Yes, and I will definitely share the work.
Okay. We are still waiting for Abby. Maybe you can share the screen as we wait for her.
Okay, great. No worries.
Okay.
So we were at public relations.
Mm-hmm.
We know people actually pay good money for PR services.
Yes.
Just a second.
Let me admit. Okay.
Okay, great. Hi, Abby.
Hi.
Karibu sana.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys keep breaking. I don't know if it's my internet.
Come in with us. Okay, where were we? We were at slide 7, public relations. That's where tumeachia. Now, the fact of the matter is that people pay big money for PR services. There's whole companies dedicated to PR. And this shouldn't make you, as a small business owner, feel like they're up there and you're down here. Nowadays, there's ways to do PR for your own business at little to almost zero. So it's good to find out when you will need PR and at what time, and what time is best, and how to go about it. So this should not be something that you're really worried about, that, oh, I don't have a press release for my business, I don't have a press pack for my business. These are not things that should worry you now, but it's good to always just have the plan so that as your business grows, then it will be literally press play as and when needed. So for now, you just keep growing your content, growing your audience, growing